Are you a Minecraft veteran? Here are things veteran players know about Minecraft. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, in the alpha days, there was a unique world type where it would be snowing all the time. In alpha, when creating a save, you had a 1 in 4 chance to get the world where it would always be snowing no matter how far you traveled. Now, if you remember this unique world type, then you are a Minecraft veteran. In alpha and beta, the protection of your armor was entirely based on durability. This meant a badly damaged diamond armor would provide less protection than a fully durable piece of leather armor, which is just that. What is this? This was such a silly feature, and if you remember this, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Spiders used to be OP. This was because spiders before 1.8 could track and see players through walls. This was terrifying, as I'd be caving in the beta days and spiders would just jump scare me out of nowhere. This feature also caused spiders to always be on ceilings due to them climbing up the wall on the other side. This would then sometimes cause the spiders to drop on your head from above, which was even more terrifying. If you played Minecraft in the alpha and beta days, then you'll definitely remember when the spruce trees in taiga biomes would give you oak wooden planks. Since oak was the only plank type at the time, the spruce and birch trees just gave you oak planks as well, which was kind of weird looking back. But yeah, if you remember every tree type giving you oak planks, then you're definitely a veteran player. Is it just me, or does looking at this old 2D door sprite give me a huge amount of nostalgia? I don't know, man, everything about doors in alpha and beta are a huge throwback, and the old door sprite is no exception. So we all know that water in Minecraft today changes color shade depending on the biome. But if you're a Minecraft veteran, the only water you'll remember is the vibrant blue water that looks like this. Is it weird that I'm getting so much nostalgia just looking at this water? Reminds me of a simpler time, man. Oh my god, do you guys remember when slimes in the old days were really hard to find? Since swamp biomes didn't exist at the time, the only way you could find slimes was deep within cave systems, and even this was a rare encounter. But the main way you'd know if you found slimes was by hearing those iconic, distinct old sounds for the slimes. Take a listen. Seriously, if you remember these old slime sounds, then you are a veteran player. These are so old. If you were a Minecraft alpha or beta player, then you'll definitely remember when clay was once one of the hardest blocks to find. That's right, with clay being rarer than diamonds at the time, coming across this block was exciting, but also kinda underwhelming, as the only thing you could do with it was craft bricks. Then again, considering how little building blocks we had back then, we weren't really spoilt for choice and couldn't really complain, let's be real. And speaking of bricks, if you guys remember the old texture for bricks from the alpha and beta days, then you're definitely a veteran player. I mean, players at the time had such a divided opinion on bricks, with some saying it was great for building, whilst others said it was straight up ugly. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, in the alpha and beta days, the only moon that existed in the game was the OG square moon that looks like this. In Minecraft today, there are many different moon phases that can appear at night, but if you're a veteran player, this is the only moon you'll remember seeing. You are definitely a Minecraft veteran if you recognise this spawn point. That's right, this Minecraft map you see on screen is the first known original survival games map that was created by none other than Verida. Not only did Verida create this iconic SG map along with many other maps, he was also the original creator of the survival games game mode itself. What a legend, man. Creates a game mode that is still being played to this day, and created SG-1, which we still recognise to this day. While we're on the topic of the SG-1 map, you may also remember the popular Minecraft survival games event that took place in 2012. This event featured popular Minecraft YouTubers such as AntVenom, Captain Sparkles, and many more, where they would fight to the death in survival games on the very map Verida had created. And spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the event 12 years later, Ant Venom was the winner. You are definitely a veteran player if you remember playing servers such as The Hive and MCSG back in 2013. These servers were massive and featured iconic survival games maps such as SG4, which looked like this, Breeze Island, which looked like this, and SG7, which looked like this. But man, SG4 stood out the most. We all remember activating that lava trap in the hangar and dying, or opening that chest that would give you that slow impending doom by sinking through cobwebs into lava. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, sugarcane was originally called reeds. Now if you remember when it was called reeds, then you're definitely a veteran player because sugarcane was called this over 12 years ago. So we all know that pink sheep are a rare find in Minecraft, but we're still familiar with how they look. However, if you played Minecraft in the olden days, then you'll definitely remember when the pink sheep had a much lighter shade of pink for their wool. Looking back at them, they honestly look kinda strange compared to the vibrant pink sheep we have now. But yeah, if you're a veteran player, you'll probably remember these. If you played Minecraft in the alpha or beta days, then most of you likely built your base within a mountain or a cave. This was due to Minecraft not having many blocks yet, so players had two choices. They could either build the same blocky ugly wooden house that looked the same as every other blocky wooden house, or they could build a lovely mountain base that blended in beautifully with the beta terrain. Did you build a wooden house or a mountain base? Let me know in the comments. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, boats in the alpha and beta days were terrible but also amazing at the same time. This was because boats were used as the fastest way to travel in Minecraft beta. This was done by placing a bunch of boats on their own blocks next to each other, forming what was called a boat bridge at the time. You could then travel by sitting in a boat and right-clicking on the other boats as you progressed across the bridge. So yeah, if you remember this extremely fast way to travel in a boat, then you are a veteran player. If you played Minecraft in version beta 1.8, then you might remember when every block in the game had messed up inventory textures. This was because the lighting effects on all the block textures were missing, so every block basically had no shading, which looked absolutely terrible. But yeah, if you remember this, then you're definitely a veteran player, or we're both just weird, because let's be real, hardly anyone noticed this. Oh my god, do you guys remember back to a time where Minecraft worlds only took like 1 to 2 seconds to create? Man, that was a beautiful time, because nowadays in Minecraft, worlds take like 10 years to create. I mean, I get there's a lot of features in the game now, but I just think back to beta and how quickly a world would create. Boy oh boy did I take this for granted, because it just takes forever now. Do you guys remember when chests in the game would only face the west direction when they were placed by the player? Because I do. Man, was it so annoying, because the only way players could fix this back in the day was by creating a double chest or placing the single chest against a wall. But yeah, if you remember the chest always facing the same way, then you're definitely a veteran player. I'm sure a lot of you Minecraft veterans remember exploring a cave in the beta days and hearing this sound. Or this sound. Or even this sound. Man, the cave sounds are definitely one of the creepiest things about Minecraft, but there was something even scarier about hearing these cave sounds in an empty, isolating alpha or beta version. If you're a Minecraft veteran, then you'll definitely know what I'm talking about, because alpha and beta was scary, man. Oh my god, do you guys remember the free version of Minecraft Classic that you could play on the Minecraft website? This was awesome, man. It was a great way for players who couldn't afford Minecraft to try out the basic building aspect of the game. Or, you know, you could have been one of those players that just cracked Minecraft back then. But yeah, if you remember being able to play Minecraft Classic on the website, then you're definitely a veteran player. Do you guys remember back to a time where passive mobs would constantly spawn in your Minecraft world even after you've generated the nearby chunks? In Minecraft today, once a passive mob spawns within a specific chunk, no more animals will be able to spawn within that chunk. This leads to a lot of dead areas in your world that won't be able to spawn any new animals, which can be kind of annoying. This is why passive mobs in alpha and beta would always be spawning, because there was no cap on how many passive mobs could spawn within a chunk. So yeah, if you remember this, then you're definitely a veteran player. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, players were able to open and close doors by punching them, whereas in Minecraft today, punching a door does, well, nothing. If you opened a door by punching it, then you are a veteran player. At one point in Minecraft, water was a bit dangerous. This was because players could take damage and die if the water was only 1 block high. Now, if you were one of those players that died in water back in the day, let me know in the comments because I know how it feels. Creepers in Minecraft used to be a lot scarier. This was because when they were about to explode, they would do this weird thing where they would strafe towards the player and then explode, which was just terrifying. In Minecraft today, when creepers explode, they just sort of stand there and accept their fate. So yeah, if you remember the old creeper movement, then you are a Minecraft veteran. If you guys remember when the Ender Dragon health bar said boss health instead of Ender Dragon, then you have been playing Minecraft for a long time. If you played Minecraft in the alpha and beta days, then you will remember how useless the nether was. I'm not joking, all you could do was collect glowstone, get shot by ghasts, collect more glowstone, and then get shot by more ghasts. There were no nether fortresses, no blazers, no wither skeletons, no piglins. I think you get the point, it was just boring. Do you guys remember when you could switch your tools while breaking a block to save on durability? Because I do. For example, you could be breaking some stone with your diamond pick and quickly switch to the wooden pick to save durability on your diamond one. It probably wasn't that efficient, but it was just a cool thing to do, I guess. If you remember when skeletons held their bows like this, then you are an old school player. I mean, it's no wonder skeletons had terrible aim back in the day, they're not even holding the bow properly. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, villagers had a chance to generate with this iconic blacksmith structure. These were awesome, as they were the only structure in a village to contain a chest, and sometimes the loot was just insane, as you'd find things such as diamonds or obsidian. So yeah, if you remember these blacksmith structures, then you are a veteran player. If you played Minecraft in the alpha days of the game, then you'll definitely remember when smooth stone slabs were crafted by using 3 cobblestone. It definitely didn't make sense, but hey, a lot of things didn't make sense in alpha, so let's move on. If you were a Minecraft player in the alpha and beta days, you will definitely know the pain of your farms constantly being destroyed by mobs. This was because even if you just walked over a farm, it would get destroyed, and it was so annoying, man. Another thing about farms in alpha and most of beta that was pretty lame is that fence gates didn't exist. This meant if you were to place fences around your farm, the only way to safely get in and out was by placing a door, and I have to say, it looked very ugly, and I'm sure some of you remember this. If you played Minecraft in alpha and most of beta, then you might remember when the fishing rod texture, when casted, looked identical to the stick texture. I mean, just look at this. It's literally just a stick with a fishing line attached to it. It looked so weird, man. If you played Minecraft when version beta 1.8 was released, then you will definitely remember how hyped the community was when the Enderman was first added. I mean, seriously, the first time you accidentally looked at an Enderman and had them randomly teleport next to you, it was just terrifying, man. No one really expected it. Speaking of the Enderman, when it was first announced to be added, someone made a fan-made video of it, and if you're a veteran player, you might remember it. Take a look. I remember this video scaring me so much when I first watched it, man. If you've been playing Minecraft long enough, you will know the pain of loading up an old world that you made in, let's say, 2013, and seeing your pet dogs just waiting there for your return. Minecraft dogs really are the most loyal pets you could ever have. I'm sorry I ever left, man. Anyways, moving on. The yellow flower. I know some of you remember this, and if you do remember it, you'll know this flower and the rose were the only 2 flowers to decorate your house back in the day. That's right, players had to work with what they had back then. We couldn't really decorate with much. If you remember when gunpowder was called sulfur, then congratulations, you are one of the veteran players of the Minecraft community. One thing that makes me really nostalgic about old versions of Minecraft is when the menu screen used to say mods and texture packs. I don't know, it's a weird thing to point out, but I think it's something only a veteran player can really appreciate. Texture packs were cool, man. Do you guys remember when the Minecraft music music would continue to play when you saved and quit to the title screen, because I do. Nowadays in Minecraft, if a song is playing and you pause the game or change your game mode, the music just stops playing, which I'm not really a fan of. I don't know, it was just nice to quit out of your world and still have a relaxing C418 song playing in the background. If you recognise this screenshot, then you are a veteran player. That's right, this is the Minecraft screenshot that started all the rumours and fan theories of Herobrine. Is this screenshot real? I guess we'll never know. If you played Minecraft in the alpha days, then you might remember when the sun used to rise in the north and set in the south, whereas in Minecraft today, and in real life, it rises in the east and sets in the west. 4 words, the Temple of Notch. If you remember this awesome map, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Take a look. If you played Minecraft when dogs were first added, then you might remember when they were able to attack and kill you in peaceful mode. That's right guys, peaceful mode wasn't so peaceful for us veteran players, but we deserved it if we attacked a wolf anyway, so who really cares? Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, when you died in your world, the death screen would say game over instead of you died. I guess the game saying you died is a lot more fitting for when a stupid creeper blows you up, because yes Minecraft, you're right, I did die. I died a little inside. Anyways, moving on. Speaking of the game over screen, do you guys remember when the score number would say and E0? Because I do. Literally no one knew what it meant back in the day, so it was just sort of there, but yeah, if you remember it, then you're definitely a veteran player. If you guys remember when you could milk squids with a bucket in the early beta days of Minecraft, then you are a veteran player, because this feature wasn't around for very long, but when it was in the game, it was kind of weird, but kind of cool, I guess. The old zombie villager texture. I know some of you remember this, and if you do remember it, then you, my friend, are a Minecraft veteran. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, there used to be no hunger bar in the game, which meant players regenerated their hearts by just simply eating food. It was a lot simpler back then, and if you remember this, then you are a veteran player. At one point in Minecraft, bows were quite overpowered because you could shoot them ridiculously fast and spam click arrows. It was insane. One thing I especially remember in the old days of Minecraft is when food didn't stack. It was one of the most annoying things in the game. I would remember having a full inventory of raw pork chops, and it was just so annoying. If you remember this door sound, you are a veteran Minecraft player. I miss this sound so much, man. Another feature I remember in the old days of Minecraft is that you could simply just punch a sheep and it would drop wool. Nope, you didn't have to use shears or anything like that. You could just punch it and it would drop wool. It was ridiculous. Do you guys remember before version beta 1.8 when you could toggle your render distance and fog by pressing the F key on your keyboard? I was quite annoyed when they got rid of it, to be honest, because I found it quite useful as my PC back then was terrible. Oh my god, do you guys remember in Minecraft when fences didn't connect to solid blocks? Because I do, and it was very frustrating. Another thing that was really annoying about fences is that they used to be a full block, making walking around them just really tedious and annoying. I don't think you even need to be an old school Minecraft player to remember this, and that is the old hurt sound. I'm sure all of you watching this video remember this. Take a listen. It still makes me so sad to this day that they even removed this. I loved it so much. If you remember this cobblestone texture, then you are an old school Minecraft player because it was either loved or hated by the community. I remember back to a time when mossy cobblestone was one of the rarest blocks in the game, as it didn't have a crafting recipe and could only be obtained from dungeons, which were really hard to come by. Do you guys remember when sprinting was not in Minecraft? That's right, before the beta 1.8 update, sprinting was not in the game, which meant getting from point A to point B in your Minecraft world took a lot longer and it was a lot more painful. Oh my god, do you guys remember that feature in Minecraft where when you slept in a bed, there was a chance for either a zombie or a skeleton to wake you up as you tried to sleep and they would begin to attack you. I don't know if it was an annoying feature or a cool feature, I really can't decide. Do you guys remember when you could press the F3 key on your keyboard and it would show the entity numbers of mobs, meaning you could essentially cheat to find cave systems? If you remember the old creative mode inventory when it was just a list of all of the items in the game instead of having tabs for specific items, then you are a Minecraft veteran. I remember this old creative mode inventory and it was really annoying to navigate through. I really prefer the new one. Do you guys remember back to a time where pigs were the only animal in Minecraft that would drop food? Sheep, cows and chickens didn't drop any food, which was kind of frustrating to be honest, and it made finding food quite difficult. I'm sure a lot of you old school players will remember when the chest was a full block and looked like this, and the fact that it didn't have an open and closing animation. Chests were a lot more simple back in the day. Do you guys remember when mobs weren't as smart and they couldn't walk around walls, for example? This basically meant that creepers would just jump scare you when you would walk past the wall, and it was terrifying. Creepers would also do this thing where they would just stare at you from outside through your glass window in your house, and it scared me so much, man. They look so creepy. Speaking of creepers once again, if you remember the old explosion sound, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Take a listen. One old feature that I'm sure a lot of old school players will remember is that you couldn't place double chests next to each other, which was just so annoying. You would lay out your house in this really good way, you'd want to place 2 double chests, and it just wouldn't let you. It was just so frustrating, man. You know how with every Minecraft update that comes out now, there is a new background on the title screen to match the update theme? Well, in the old versions of Minecraft, this wasn't a thing. You just had a dirt background on the title screen, and it makes me nostalgic every time I see it. Another thing I remember about the title screen of Minecraft is when the Minecraft logo was different. Do you remember when the logo was just made out of what looks to be the cobblestone texture? Because I do, and I thought it looked kind of cool, to be honest. You are definitely a Minecraft veteran if you remember the feature of climbing up ladders with a 1-block gap between each ladder. It kind of meant that you could save quite a few ladders with this trick, but they eventually removed this feature. If you remember this feature in Minecraft, then you are an old school player, and that feature is when the lighting would change in stages when it was getting dark, and oh my god, it looked so scary just gradually watching the light change. Do you guys remember the old crafting recipe for fences? Because I still do it to this day. So in Minecraft today, fences are crafted with 2 sticks and 4 planks, but in older versions of Minecraft, they were crafted with 6 sticks. But I still do this crafting recipe to this day. I just can't get it out of my head. I always get the recipe wrong when trying to craft fences. You know how in Minecraft, where if you press F5 twice on your keyboard, you can see the front-facing part of your skin? It's a really cool feature. Well, in the old versions of Minecraft, you couldn't do this. You could only press F5 once and see the back of your skin, which was really depressing, to be honest, because I wanted to see what my skin looked like in full form, but I couldn't. Do you guys remember when you could only have 5 Minecraft worlds? It really meant that you had to make each world count, because there were only 5 world slots. Before creative mode and commands were even a thing in Minecraft, players back in the day had to rely on mods such as single player commands and too many items, which allowed you to spawn in items and fly around and things like that. Things you could do in Minecraft today, but you couldn't back then without the use of mods. Do you guys remember back to a simpler time when beds were not in Minecraft? Because I do. Back in the alpha versions of the game, beds did not exist, which meant you had to sort of wait out the night cycle, making surviving in your world just a lot more challenging. If you played Minecraft in the alpha days of the game, then you'll probably remember that the inventory key used to be I instead of E. I hear that some people still use I as their inventory key today because they're so used to it. Me personally, I use E. The old gravel texture. I know some of you remember it. For some reason, back in the earlier days of Minecraft, zombies dropped feathers. I'm sure some of you remember this, and it was just a little bit weird, to be honest. I remember going out to kill zombies for feathers just so I could make arrows. Oh my god, I'm sure a lot of you Minecraft veterans will remember the world generation of the alpha and beta days of Minecraft. It looked absolutely insane. Some of the mountainous terrain you would get was just, it was mind-blowing. Just look at it. If you remember watching the Yogscast original survival series, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Take a look.
Hooray, Minecraft. We've created a new server and we're going to show people how to play Minecraft, how to survive the first night. It's beautiful.
My god, it's terribly snowy. What on earth happened here?
This game is beautiful.
It is.
Made by a single man.
Yeah. So this is it. This is the game.
This is Minecraft.
Surviving the first night. It's just us in the dark.
Oh, it brings back so many memories, man. If you thought max enchanting at 30 levels costs a lot in Minecraft, then think again, because when enchanting was first added, max enchanting on tools and armor cost 50 levels, which was insane. On top of that, before the feature of having to use lapis to enchant was added, enchanting tools or armor at level 30 would take all of your XP for that one tool, instead of taking 3 levels, which was just insane. You would spend so long grinding for those levels just to use it on one item. Another enchanting feature that old school players will remember is that you couldn't see what enchantment you were going to get at all. In Minecraft today, you get shown one of the possible enchantments you will get on an item, but in older versions of Minecraft, you had to just risk it and see what you would get, which was just, oh my god, it was so frustrating. I remember a time where you could activate and ignite TNT by just simply punching it with your hand. You didn't need flint and steel at all, which was pretty awesome, not gonna lie. If you remember the infamous Minecraft seed Glacier, then you are a Minecraft veteran. It was basically a seed in the beta days of Minecraft that just gave you this awe-inspiring world generation. It looked absolutely fantastic. Just look at it. You should honestly go back to beta 1.7.3 and try out this seed, because seriously, you will be blown away at how amazing it looks. In Minecraft today, we have these things called advancements, where you basically complete little tasks in Minecraft. But do you guys remember when achievements were in the game? They were very similar to enchantments, but they were just a little bit different, and I will always remember these. Before beta 1.8, when the hunger bar was added into Minecraft, there was no eating animation in the game, so when you would consume a cooked pork chop, you'd simply just right click on it and boom, it would be gone. There would be no nom nom nomming on the item. It would just disappear when you'd right click on it. If you played Minecraft Alpha before biomes were added into the game, then you will remember when Minecraft worlds looked like this. There was just one type of grass, and it was this really bright green looking grass, and I have to say, it made your Minecraft worlds look very bright but very unique. Do you guys remember this? When you or your friend died in Minecraft, their body would just disappear and die instead of having a death animation, which looked a bit weird, not gonna lie. Do you remember when village structures were added in beta 1.8, but no villagers were added to spawn yet, making the village itself very creepy and sort of empty? I remember playing the game and just encountering a village, but there was just nothing there. It was just really weird to be around it. Oh my god, another thing I remember is when mining the crafting table and the furnace took absolutely ages. You could use an axe on a crafting table, it would still take forever. Use a diamond pick on a furnace, it would still take forever. You probably don't even need to be a Minecraft veteran to remember this, but do you remember when you could spam click your sword? I'm sure a lot of you do, and a lot of people got mad when this was changed. Were you guys one of them? Let me know in the comments below. I'm sure some of you remember back to a time where fire in Minecraft used to spread insanely fast, so if you started a fire in your world, it was going to be very devastating. You are indeed a Minecraft veteran if you remember when you could block with your sword instead of blocking with your shield. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, items such as stairs, fences, pressure plates, cacti, and other blocks looked absolutely huge when thrown on the ground. I mean, just look at them. I'm sure some of you remember this bug. It looked so funny, and if you do remember it, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Do you guys remember when caves in Minecraft were only made out of stone? You wouldn't find blocks such as granite, diorite, or andesite blending in with the stone. You'd only find stone, which made the caves look a lot more simple back then. In the alpha and beta days of Minecraft, the zombie pigmen used to drop a cooked pork chop upon death, making them one of the strongest food sources in Minecraft. And if you remember this, then you are a Minecraft veteran. The old lava texture. I know some of you remember this, and if you do remember this texture, then you are a Minecraft veteran. If you were one of those Minecraft players a few years back that made your house out of diamond blocks in creative mode, then you are a Minecraft veteran. I just remember a lot of people doing that back in the day. Were you one of them? Let me know in the comments. You are definitely a Minecraft veteran if you remember this, and that is when you would come across these massive holes in your Minecraft world, which are otherwise known as chunk errors, and they'd look like this. Oh my god, if you played Minecraft in the alpha days of the game, then you will remember how annoying this was, and that was when leaves didn't decay after you broke a tree. It was so frustrating. You know, you'd just be chopping down a bunch of trees in your world, and then you'd notice that all the leaves from that tree aren't disappearing because they wouldn't decay unless you manually broke them yourself. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, there was a time where the infamous enchanted golden apple had a crafting recipe. That's right, the enchanted golden apple, or the notch apple, could be crafted with 8 gold blocks and 1 apple, which some considered to be quite overpowered due to the effects of the apple giving the player. This resulted in the crafting recipe for the enchanted golden apple to be removed in the 1.9 combat update in 2015. You can still find enchanted golden apples in your Minecraft world, but they are extremely rare and can only be found in structures such as dungeons and mineshafts. But with all that said, if you remember the crafting recipe for the notch apple, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Oh my god, do you guys remember when creative mode was first added in beta 1.8 and mobs could attack you? It was the most annoying thing ever. I'd be building my house in creative mode, you know, peacefully, and a creeper would just come up to me and blow it up. Do you guys remember when you couldn't toggle your brightness in Minecraft? Because I do. This resulted in cave systems back in the day being extremely hard to see in. If you didn't have any torches, you were not able to see anything in caves. Nowadays in Minecraft, you could literally have your brightness on full and explore a cave and sort of see without even having a torch. It's kind of crazy. Do you guys remember back to a time when you would find dungeons generated on the surface in your Minecraft world? Because I do. You'd just be walking around in a desert biome, minding your own business, and suddenly you'd come across this big square hole with either an exposed dungeon in it or a dungeon that's just covered in some sand and would require you to dig it out. I also remember the spawner and the 2 chests having a sand block on top of them, making you know exactly where they were when clearing out the dungeon. I remember back to a time when cookies were one of the hardest foods to obtain in Minecraft, and I will tell you why. So cookies in Minecraft are crafted with wheat and cocoa beans, but cocoa beans in the beta days of Minecraft could only be found in dungeon chests. That's right, you couldn't find them any other way, making them extremely hard to find. It wasn't until version release 1.3 where cocoa pods were added to spawn on jungle trees, making cocoa beans a bit easier to find and cookies a bit easier to craft. But yeah, if you remember how rare cookies were in the beta days of Minecraft, then you are a Minecraft veteran. In the beta days of Minecraft, bone meal was extremely overpowered, as using it on trees or wheat farms, for example, would grow them instantly instead of growing it in stages. This resulted in bone meal being significantly nerfed in version 1.5, as you now have to grow the tree, for example, in stages. But yeah, if you remember the old bone meal where it instantly grew a tree, then you are a Minecraft veteran. At one point in Minecraft's development, there was a bug that existed in the game where wooden slabs could only be broken if they were broken by a pickaxe. That's right, axes didn't work, you couldn't use your fist or anything, you had to use a pickaxe, and it was very strange. And if you remember this, then you are a Minecraft veteran. This next feature is going to sound really random, but if you remember when the villager had the testificate name tag above their head when they were first added into the game, then you are a Minecraft veteran, because they were added all the way back in beta 1.9 in 2011, which was a really long time time ago. So yeah, if you remember this feature, then you are an old school player. Do you guys remember back to a time when finding diamonds in Minecraft was considered to be the end game, as there wasn't really much to do after finding them? That's right, we are talking back to a time when there wasn't enchanting for your tools, and there wasn't any abandoned mine shafts to explore, and there even wasn't the Ender Dragon to fight. All you could really do was go mining to find diamonds or build. It was very simple back then, but it was very beautiful. I might be one of the only players that remembers this, but do you guys remember when the stars that appear at night in Minecraft looked different in the old versions of Minecraft? So here is how the stars look in the old versions of Minecraft, and as you can see, they are absolutely massive compared to how the stars look today, because the stars in Minecraft today look a bit more realistic and slightly smaller and a bit brighter. But yeah, if you remember this, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Do you guys remember back to a simpler time when there wasn't a recipe book in Minecraft to help you craft items in the game? Because I do. I remember not knowing how to craft something, and it really bothered me that I had to just Google it, because you didn't get any help in the game. You had to figure out how to craft things for yourself, and I kind of liked that challenge, to be honest. Creative mode was added into Minecraft in version beta 1.8 in 2011. In beta 1.8, when you made a creative world, you would always spawn with a bunch of blocks in your hotbar, which I found kind of annoying, to be honest, because I'd always just swap them out for different items. Now, if you remember this, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Oh my god, do you guys remember back to a time when the max build height in Minecraft was 128 blocks? Because I do. I remember building up to the build height back in the day and seeing the clouds being level with me, which was really weird. Now the build height in Minecraft is 256, so it's double what it was back in the day. I might be the only one who remembers this, but do you guys remember in the old versions of Minecraft, more specifically Alpha and Beta, when the animals would just jump around a lot more? I don't know what it was. You'd just be seeing a sheep, for example, just jumping all over the place. That's all they do. They just jump around until you killed them, I guess. You will only remember this if you are a Minecraft veteran, and that is when the texture for the steak in Minecraft today originally belonged to the cooked pork chop for the pig in the earlier days of Minecraft. That's right guys, before beta 1.8, the pig was the only animal that dropped meat, which meant they used this texture for the cooked pork chop, and when the cow was given a food drop, they got the texture instead, and the pig got a new cooked pork chop texture, which of course looks like this. If you remember this Minecraft launcher, or this Minecraft launcher, or this Minecraft launcher, then congratulations, because you are a Minecraft veteran. Do you guys remember back to a time when the crafting table wasn't actually called the crafting table in Minecraft? Nope, instead it was actually called the workbench, and if you remember this, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, in the alpha and beta days of the game, swords in Minecraft used to be a lot more powerful. A diamond sword, for example, in alpha and beta used to deal 5 hearts of damage to enemies, meaning you could kill a creeper in just 2 hits, which was pretty overpowered. However, in the beta 1.9 update, enchanting was added into the game, which meant sword damage had to be reduced, meaning a diamond sword's damage went from 5 hearts of damage to 3.5 hearts of damage. You know how in Minecraft today, golden apples are crafted by using gold ingots? Well, it wasn't always crafted this way. That's right guys, back in the earlier days of Minecraft, golden apples were crafted with 8 gold nuggets and 1 apple instead of 8 gold ingots and 1 apple, and if you remember this, then you are a Minecraft veteran. If you played Minecraft in the alpha and beta stages of the game, then you will remember a very annoying bug when you destroyed stairs. So in alpha and beta, destroying a wooden stair or a cobblestone stair wouldn't actually give you the stair back when you broke it. Nope, instead of getting the stair stair back, all you would get is one of the blocks you used to create that stair. So if I destroyed a wooden stair, I'd only get one wooden plank back, and I was just like, alright, thanks for that. Most villagers that you come across in Minecraft today will probably have these grass pathways that look like this. However, if you played Minecraft a few years ago, you will probably remember that the villages were made out of gravel pathways instead of grass pathways, and the gravel pathways looked like this. But yeah, if you remember the gravel paths in villages, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Which one do you prefer, grass or gravel? Let me know in the comments. Do you guys remember when the texture for wooden stairs and cobblestone stairs in the inventory looked like this? What on earth is this? They don't even look like stairs. Anyways, moving on. Do you guys remember back to a time when you couldn't shift click items when transporting them from your inventory into a chest? Because I do. For example, if you wanted to move your diamonds, wood and food over to a chest, you just have to slowly drag them over to the chest, which took a very long time, but that's just how things were back then. It was much more simple. Nowadays in Minecraft, you can just simply shift click any item you want and it will instantly move over to the chest, and I love this feature so much. I'm so glad they added it into the game. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, the desert temple used to be made out of wool instead of terracotta, and if you remember this, then you are a Minecraft veteran. The reason why I remember it so well is that I would always take the wool from the desert temple so I could make a bed on my first night. If you played Minecraft creative mode when it was first added in version beta 1.8, then you might be aware of a bug that existed at the time where you could hit mobs with your sword from a very long distance. I mean, look, I'm killing all of these mobs from so far away. How is this even possible? But yeah, if you remember this weird little bug, then you are a Minecraft veteran. If you played Minecraft in versions 1.7 and 1.8, then you might remember the super secret settings button that could be found in the options menu. Now, the super secret settings, when clicked, would switch between a bunch of different shader effects, which looked very, very cool in my opinion, and I was very sad when they removed this feature, to be honest. If you played Minecraft before the addition of corner stairs and upside down stairs, then you are a Minecraft veteran. You know, you'd be building your wooden house in Minecraft and you could only place stairs in one type of way, making your builds look a lot more simple back in the day, and I'm sure a lot of you remember this. But then, in version release 1.2 and 1.3, you could now place stairs upside down and connect them on corners, adding a lot more detail to your Minecraft builds. If you remember this Mojang logo, or this Mojang logo, or this Mojang logo, then congratulations, because you are a Minecraft veteran. This next one goes out to my old school Minecraft alpha players, and that is back to a time when cacti was slightly more realistic, as when you went to break the cacti, you would actually take half a heart of damage, as you can see, which was kind of cool, to be honest. I mean, it makes sense when you go to punch some cacti that it's gonna hurt you. Do you guys remember back to a time when you would craft a cake in Minecraft and it would take your buckets as well? I mean, what's this rubbish? I go to create a cake and it takes my buckets as well. What's up with that? I'm supposed to get them back. Do you guys remember back to a time when there was a secret crafting recipe to craft chain armor in Minecraft? Because I do. So prior to the Minecraft 1.8 update, the player could spawn in fire by using commands, and they could use that fire to craft chain armor, as you can see. I remember being amazed when I discovered this, but yeah, they removed the ability to spawn in fire blocks in 1.8, so you can no longer craft chain armor, but yeah, it was such a cool little thing back in the day. I'm sure a lot of you are going to remember this one because it was so frustrating. Do you guys remember when you started drowning underwater, that it would actually pull you down as you were drowning, so it would be so hard to swim back up, and it would just pretty much kill you. It was so... oh my god, it was so annoying. I literally... I'm getting bad memories of this just thinking about it. I died so many times. If you played Minecraft multiplayer in the earlier days of Minecraft with your friends, then you might remember when you encountered a dungeon that the spawner would always have a pig inside of it instead of the corresponding mob it was supposed to spawn. So say for example you found a zombie spawner, it would just have a pig inside of it instead, which was very strange. I think we can all agree that when you could block with your sword, that that crouching and blocking with a sword to another player was just a sign of peace and that you didn't want to attack or anything like that. It was just a sign of being nice, and I really miss doing this on servers, man. This next one is so nostalgic to me, and if you remember it, then you are a Minecraft veteran, and that is the old water sound. The old sound when you would splash around in the water or land in the water or anything like that. Take a listen. You know how in Minecraft today you have to type the command game mode creative to go into creative mode or weather rain to make it rain? Well, originally you only had to type game mode 1 to go into creative and this weird command known as toggle downfall to make it rain. Those were definitely very old school commands, and if you remember them, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Minecraft has definitely come a long way in terms of lighting, as we have these really beautiful looking lanterns now, and I love them a lot. With that said, do you guys remember back to a time when villagers had these really budget looking lamps that were made out of fences, wool and torches? Because I do. I mean, yeah, I could see what they were going for to make a lamp. I mean, lanterns didn't exist back then, but they didn't look very good, to be honest. I will give credit where it is due, however. That was the closest you were going to get to a lamp, to be honest. Anyways, moving on. I might be one of the only ones who remembers this feature, but do you guys remember when desert biomes would have these little lakes inside of them? Because I do. It didn't really make sense, but I'd always find a bunch of little lakes inside the desert biome. In Minecraft today, a desert biome has virtually no water, but back then, you'd find loads of these little lakes. Oh my god, do you guys remember back to a time when skeletons had absolutely terrible aim with their bow and arrow? Because I do. I mean, seriously, look at this. About 90% of this skeleton's arrows aren't going anywhere near me. His aim is, it's not so great. I mean, skeletons in Minecraft today are absolutely ridiculous. They pretty much have aimbot, to be honest, but skeletons back in the alpha and beta days, they weren't very good. I'm one of those people in Minecraft who love to tame a bunch of wolves and give them different name tags and different collar colors. However, back in the earlier days of Minecraft, you couldn't have different collar colors or name tags, which meant you would have a bunch of tamed wolves that would all have a red collar, and I'm sure a lot of you remember this. If you guys remember the old sounds for when you shot a bow and when an arrow landed somewhere, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Take a listen. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, players were able to eat food even if their health bar was full. This was a funny way to troll your friends, as they could be in need of food and you could just eat it right in front of them while flexing that your health was full. I was the worst, man. Anyways, moving on. If players spawned in items such as beds, doors and sugarcane, they would look really weird in the inventory. I mean, come on, is this supposed to be a door? What even is this, man? But it gets even worse, as back in the day, if you place these spawned in doors, it would only place half the door. Like, what? Same with the bed. If you place the spawned in variant, it would only place half of it, making it just useless. I mean, who's gonna sleep on a bed that looks like this? I don't even know what else to say, man, but if you remember these, then you're definitely a veteran player. Sunsets in Minecraft are just beautiful. I mean, just look at that sky. However, if you played Minecraft in the alpha days, then you might remember when the sky didn't change colour when the sun would rise and set. It looks so weird, man, I just can't unsee it. The old texture for diamonds. Now, the diamond texture wasn't even changed that long ago, but when I look at the old diamonds, I get so nostalgic, man. I mean, I think back to when I first found diamonds in the beta days and how happy I was. So yeah, the original diamond texture will always be the diamonds I know and love. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft Pocket Edition, a block known as the Nether Reactor core was in the game. So the Nether Reactor was a player-built structure that when activated would spawn a giant tower that was entirely made of netherite. Inside said structure, you would find nether-related blocks such as glowstone dust, nether quartz, and more. Zombie pigmen would also spawn and automatically become hostile towards the player. The Nether Reactor essentially acted as a substitute for the real Nether dimension due to it not being able to be added into Pocket Edition. But yeah, if you remember the Nether Reactor core, then you are a Minecraft veteran. Next up, we have the release of Minecraft Beta 1.8. Now, I know a lot of you Minecraft veterans will remember this update because it was massive. Beta 1.8 added sprinting, the hunger bar, more food, new world generation, villagers, mineshafts, strongholds, and so much more. Beta 1.8 was just that one Minecraft update that completely changed Minecraft forever, man. Do you guys remember the stone cutter? No, not that stone cutter, I'm talking about the OG one from Pocket Edition. This stone cutter was essential if you wanted to craft stone related blocks, as in Pocket Edition at the time you were not able to craft stone blocks in a crafting table. But yeah, if you remember this version of the stone cutter, then you're definitely a veteran player. If you were one of those players who got to play Minecraft in the snapshot phase for the 1.6 update, then you might remember when horse armor had a crafting recipe. That's right, diamond horse armor for example could be crafted with 6 diamonds and 1 wool. But yeah, when 1.6 was fully released, the horse armor crafting recipes were removed. But man, if you remember these crafting recipes, then you're just an old school player. There's nothing more to say. The rose. I miss the rose. I have mentioned the rose so many times on my channel that it's just becoming a meme at this point. I just miss it so much, man. I like the poppy, don't get me wrong, but why can't the rose and poppy just coexist with each other? Rest in peace, Rose, you will be missed. Speaking of roses, if you played the Pocket Edition version of Minecraft, then you will definitely remember the blue rose. Now, this blue rose was supposed to be a regular red rose, but due to hardware problems at the time, the rose had to be blue for some reason? Yeah, I don't really get it either, but if you remember this blue flower, then you're definitely a veteran player. Another feature in Minecraft Pocket Edition that veterans might remember was the ability to restore your health by sleeping. That's right, in the alpha versions of Pocket Edition, players could regenerate their health by sleeping in a bed, which was quite a unique feature if you ask me. But yeah, if you remember this, then let me know. If you played Minecraft in 2011, then you will definitely remember the Aether mod. Now, the Aether mod essentially added a new dimension called the Aether, which was described as being the opposite counterpart to the Nether. The only way to get to the dimension was by creating this iconic glowstone portal, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with. This glowstone portal became so popular that many players tried to activate the portal in vanilla Minecraft, only to be saddened that it didn't work. Okay guys, be honest, were you one of those players that tried to make a glowstone portal in vanilla? Come on, we're all friends here, we can be honest with each other, I won't judge you. Well, maybe I'll judge you a little bit, but you know. Anyways, moving on. The original Minecraft trailer. Released on December 6th, 2011, the original trailer for Minecraft now has over 150 million views, and man, every time I go back and watch it, I get so much nostalgia. Take a look.
Let's go to a place where everything is made of blocks, where the only limit is your imagination. Let's go wherever you want to go. Climb the tallest mountains. Venture down to the darkest caves. Build anything you want. Day or night, rain or shine. 'Cause this is the most significant sandbox you'll ever set foot in.
It's so beautiful, man. It gets me every time. If you played Minecraft during the alpha phase, then you'll definitely remember the play tutorial world button that you could never even select and play. That's right, for some reason the tutorial button was always greyed out, which made it quite mysterious, but I also found it really annoying because I wanted to see what it looked like. I mean, come on man, Minecraft console players had many tutorial worlds. This leads me to talking about the tutorial worlds on the Minecraft Console Edition. So if you were a veteran player for the Console Edition, you'll definitely remember the very first tutorial world from Title Update 1. This world included a tutorial section, 2 villages, a lighthouse structure, and the infamous castle with a library. And let's not forget that huge iconic Minecraft logo seen from above. It's just beautiful, man. The next tutorial world veterans will remember is the world from Title Update 3. Now, this tutorial world is very similar to the TU1 tutorial world, except it included additional secrets. These secrets include a lever on the Minecraft world logo that would reveal a nether portal, as well as having an underwater glowstone tunnel by the castle that would lead to a chest containing diamond tools and armor. Next up, veteran players are sure to remember the tutorial world for Title Update 5. Now the TU5 world added a tutorial for sprinting and eating since they were both added in this version of Minecraft. You'd also get 3 villagers, a mountain fortress, and best of all, the music disc quest. This quest pretty much allowed players to search the world for 12 different chests that would each contain a different music disc. But yeah, those are some of the tutorial worlds that were on console edition, but if you want a video on the rest of them, then let me know in the comments. If you played Minecraft in the beta days, then you might remember when the lighting on animals would just sort of bug out when they were swimming around in water. For example, these pigs are bobbing up and down in the water, but their texture keeps changing to a darker shade, which looked very interesting. The old sounds for rain. If you're a veteran player, then you're sure to remember the old sounds for rain, as it was just ear-piercingly loud, man. Take a listen and prepare your ears. Next up, I'm going to be showing some Minecraft seeds that veteran players will most definitely remember. The first seed we have on our list is an infamous seed that only worked in Minecraft versions 1.7 and 1.8. Now the seed I'm talking about is seed number 4. So upon creating the world with seed number 4, you'll be greeted by a small island containing lots of trees, some sheep, and a single cave entrance. Now if you enter the cave entrance, you'll instantly be greeted by a stronghold structure that also has the end portal nearby. This pretty much meant you had a really cool survival island seed containing only a stronghold, giving the player a very unique challenge back in the day. Anyways, if you remember seed number 4, then you're definitely a veteran player. The next seed veteran players might remember was a seed that allowed you to have 15 diamonds at your spawn point. So the seed is just a bunch of numbers and it only works from version 1.2 to 1.5. Upon creating the world, you'll be greeted by a jungle biome with a desert biome right next to it. Travel about 100 blocks from spawn and you'll quickly come across a desert temple and a desert village. The desert temple chest contained a generous 6 diamonds, but it got even better than that. That's right, if the player checked the blacksmith chest in the village, you'd find 9 more diamonds, giving you a grand total of 15. Now this diamond seed was very popular among players back in the day, and you could probably see why. Back in the earlier days of Minecraft, between versions 1.2 and 1.6, one of the most unique, never seen before seeds was discovered by the community. Now the seed I'm of course talking about is a seed known as Dossier. So upon spawning in with the seed, you'll be greeted by a plains biome containing a village. However, next to said village there is a stone brick structure that lies within the water. Now this structure was actually the entrance to the end portal room that's found within strongholds. That's right, there's no stronghold structure to explore, just a singular end portal room surrounded by the ocean. Now if you remember this seed, then you were very lucky to experience something that had never really been seen before. Ravines! We've all found one. Usually they'll contain some iron, some coal, or a creeper falling on top of you. However, back in the earlier days of Minecraft, a seed existed during versions 1.2 to 1.6 where a ravine would hand everything to the player. I'm not joking, creating a world with the seed on screen would bless the player with this infamous ravine at spawn. Now this ravine was famous due to being generated with both a stronghold and a mineshaft. I mean, just look at this, man. The stronghold's located near the top while the mineshaft is near the bottom. On top of that, the ravine was deep enough to contain up to 15 exposed diamonds, but I'm pretty sure there was more than that. But yeah, if you recognize using this Minecraft seed back in the day, then be sure to let me know in the comments. The next seed we have on our list is another infamous seed from the beta days of Minecraft that was called the worst seed ever. Now, despite being called the worst seed ever, it was very popular back in the day for how good it was. Who would have thought? So upon spawning into the world, you're greeted by an exposed dungeon with a zombie spawner, which were very hard to come by in Minecraft Minecraft beta. If you look closer at the dungeon itself, you'll notice there's a hole within it that leads into a cave system. Keep following the cave all the way down and you'll find multiple cave systems and a generous amount of diamonds. Keep in mind this was all found below your spawn point, so yeah, it was definitely not the worst seed ever. If you're a Minecraft veteran and a lover of generated structures, then you might remember a seed that was most popular during the 1.6 update. So the seed contained 2 exposed strongholds, a desert pyramid, and a village all within your spawn point, which was very lovely. As loot goes, it's not that bad either. The dungeon contained horse armor, name tags, and music discs, whereas the pyramid had diamonds and emeralds. So yeah, if any of you recognize this iconic seed, then let me know in the comments. Seed 404. You either remember it or have never heard of it. So Seed 404 was a Minecraft seed in the beta days that became extremely popular due to the community creating a challenge known as the 404 challenge. The aim of the challenge was to spend your first Minecraft day collecting as many resources as you can. However, as soon as nighttime began to fall, you had to walk over to this big patch of gravel that's found within the spawn point. Then you had to break the gravel and watch the rest of it fall as it reveals a deep cave system that plunges into darkness. In other words, the gravel revealed a very scary cave. The player then had to enter the unforgiving cave system and try to survive down there for as long as possible. You weren't allowed to use torches either, making it very difficult to see within the caves. So yeah, if you remember the 404 challenge from the beta days, then you're definitely an old school player.